Okay, so we've got one or two more segments to cover this. So the question of the day became the S4L. I'm playing it like that, having fun. Okay, I wanted to take this bottom string maybe up a little bit. Somehow I ended up doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know. So I was, when in this larger pattern here, sorry for the zoom in and out. In this larger pattern, so this is our S4L here. When you're done with this pattern, the top member is a 2, 3, 4. Well, guess what that is? 2, 3, 4. So it's the lower third of an S3L. It's the lower string of an S3L. Right there, it goes into a 5, 6. Okay, so it's important to know that you could do a 5, 6 substitution there. So a 5, 6 goes into the S4L, and a 5, 6 comes out of the S4L. Therefore, you can put the whole S4L into this, right? So you could do your 2, 3, 4, right? You can do your 2, 3, 4. Here's the 2, here's the 3, the 4 would be here. And then do your 5, 6, and then do your S3L, S4L there. And then come out of it with a 5, 6 and do whatever you want from there. You know, there's a lot of possibilities. So I'm playing around and I'm doing things like what I was just talking about. And suddenly I realized I wanted to go horizontal from here, from the S4L. Remember, this is a great Ionian thing. It's an Ionian or a Locrian. Okay, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. It's really worth getting its own name, the stack of 4 long. But what does it lead to? Oh my God, it's a mess. Look at this stuff. I don't like this. Even though it fits, and this is a don't play. This is a don't play fret right here, but I put the arrow there because the question is, what do we play over here? This is a mess. It looks like the L part of a 7L. Okay, so there'd be a big L here, right? You do this. L, right? Because you got the stem is a stack of 3 short, and you got the foot part of the L is the stack of 2 long. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to remember that here there's an S2L here, and then I'd go into a part of the pattern stack there. So I pondered and I thought and I realized one thing: the easy horizontal rule. And the easy horizontal rule says each line up of the S4L is a repeat of the line horizontally to the right on the same string, separated only by a whole step on that string. And that whole step is for the S2L pattern. The only other pattern that has half steps in between it is the S3XL, because 7 goes to root, that's a half step. 3 goes to 4, that's a half step. But otherwise, with the S4L here, it's a whole step between 2 and 3, a whole step. So whatever the pattern is, it's just you have to know the steps in between. Okay, so applying this to the S3L would be a little more challenging. But the rule that I just stated means that this 3, 4, 5, which is the second string up in the pattern, is this string right here. That is what you go to. So it's a repeat of the pattern. The pattern would start right there. So in other words, with a guitar, this is how it's set up. If I have a G note here, I'll have a G note, the same G note down here, right? Well, that's kind of boring sounding, right? Sounds like a hearing test, but those are a fourth apart. So when I look at my pattern here, let's zoom out when it's finished zooming out. I want to show you this. So those are a fourth apart. And remember, a perfect fourth is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half steps. One, not counting the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half steps. So this R is this same R, just up a perfect fourth horizontally on the string below it. So that's how we move horizontally in any pattern. It works for any pattern as long as you know, whoops, computer's trying to do something. As long as you know the interval that you have to put in this space here. Okay? So 2 goes to 3, and believe it or not, so this is how it goes. Instead of, it's a repeat of the string above it. That's how you move a pattern horizontally. And it actually works in the other way too, in the other direction. So if I have 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 on the string below, okay, it would be I have to go 1 down. All right, let's try it up a little higher. Okay, so we have, say we got up around C. Okay, so now I want to take it to the right. See how that's the same? Now if we wanted to play this one, go down from on this string, the entire pattern within the limitations of the fretboard size itself and following the warp, any pattern can be moved right or left, okay, on the same string by referring to the string either above it if you're going up or the string below it if you're going down. That is the crux of today's lesson. That gives you a lot of freedom, because now you've got you've got 3 strong tools. You've got the pattern substitution tools, that this is no longer a problem. Don't even look at it this way. Okay? Sure, that's true, but that's too complicated. It's easier to just use the horizontal rule, okay? That, look at this, 6, 3, 7, 3, 4, 5, right there. 6, 7R, 6, 7R, 3, 4, 5. Lucky I already passed my driving eye test. Ever since I've been having these eye bloopers. 6, 7R, 3, 4, 5. Right there is a repeat of the 2 of them, right there. See what I'm saying? It's the same thing. That's an important tool for moving horizontally. Another important tool is the substitution. Substituting this whole 5-6 pattern into this 5-6. Okay, or from this 5-6 to this 5-6 into that 5-6. That's a strong tool. And the other thing is just using the pattern stacks, which are derived from these guys here. Mainly these 2 here. Your barred pattern stack and your long pattern stack. You're using those patterns correctly, and that's it. You're good to go. You'll be all over the place, just like me.